Video, we will be solving a problem with the Xbox 360 Slim gaming console. Specifically, it keeps shutting off. Initially, the Xbox displayed error 68 on the screen, which indicates an issue with the fan or the hard drive. I checked the hard drive and it works. I used a compressor to blow out the cooling system without disassembling the console. The error disappeared, but now it started shutting off. We turn on the console. The boot process begins. The work menu now appears. Everything seems fine and working. When the main interface appears, you can spend some time clicking around, exploring the different buttons and sections to see how it works. After a couple of minutes of interacting with the interface, you'll hear a beep, and then the program will automatically shut off, closing the main window. As we can see, for some reason the Xbox Slim console shuts off while running. This indicates overheating. It needs to be disassembled to find out what the problem is. First of all, you need to remove the hard drive. To do this, open this grill and take out the hard drive using tweezers or the pull tab that's there. Gently pry this latch with your finger and open the grill. The hard drive is located underneath here. There should be a pull tab, but it's broken off. So, I'll simply use a pair of tweezers with a steady hand to very gently and carefully pull out the hard drive slowly from its slot. This is what it looks like. The capacity of this hard drive is 150 gigabytes, which is enough for normal operation. Next, using a flat screwdriver or a sharp object, you need to remove the side cooling grill. To do this, pry it up slowly and gently in two places, on one side and then the other, very carefully inserting the screwdriver into the gap. Now the grill is removed. We'll do the same thing on the other side. The grill is removed. Now, using a sharp object, this could be an awl, a sharp needle, or even a small precision screwdriver if you have one on hand, you need to carefully remove the side cover of the device. To do this, take your chosen tool, such as the awl, and gently insert it into the designated hole. With slow and steady pressure, carefully release the latch mechanism located inside the cover. Once the latch is disengaged, you can then lift the entire grill assembly upwards. It is important to repeat this process for each latch, making sure to unfasten all the latches that are positioned around the entire perimeter of the cover. Take your time and ensure that each latch is fully released before attempting to remove the cover completely to avoid any damage or unnecessary force. Here, one grill has been removed. We do the same with the second one. And now the grill is off. You can see that there are not the latches on every hole on this side. That is the first, third and fifth. Now we need to separate the rear part of the case. To do this, use a flat screwdriver to gently pry open the rear latches. Here is one and another one on the side. Here they come apart, and we do the same on the other side. Then carefully remove the bottom cover. This is what it looks like. Under the cover you can see cockroaches that have already dried up and clogged the whole console. Here on the other side there are cockroaches as well. Here they are lying. They will need to be removed with a vacuum cleaner. Now we unscrew the Wi-Fi module, which is located at the back, using a Torx screwdriver. And pull it out towards ourselves. This is what it looks like. Now, using the Torx screwdriver, we unscrew the bolts located at the bottom. Don't forget which ones are long and short, black and white. Now we just have to unscrew the central screw. It is located under the branded Xbox 360 sticker you can gently lift the sticker and unscrew it as well. The screw is also this length. After that, use a small T8 screwdriver to unscrew the bolts that secure the cooler. When all the bolts are unscrewed, turn the Xbox over to the other side and remove the top cover. Set it aside. There are also a lot of cockroaches here. Now carefully remove the front panel. To do this, gently pull it away. And here it's important not to damage this ribbon cable that goes to it. That's why, using a small screwdriver, we carefully unscrew the touch panel itself, and you can remove the whole assembly. Using a T8 bit, we unscrew 2 bolts diagonally. And carefully remove the touch panel together with the front panel. Just like this. And after that, you need to remove the drive itself. Lift it up and disconnect the 2 wires that are connected to it from the back. Here is the drive. It's a Phillips little on. After that, you need to remove the fan drive cage. To do this, unscrew 1 bolt at the back. It's not long and is the same as the others that are screwed in from the bottom. Remove the fan guide. It's also dirty and dusty here, so it will need to be cleaned. And now, carefully disconnect the entire cage from the rest of the device. This metal cage is designed to securely hold the hard drive in place and protect it from damage. At this stage, you need to disconnect 2 separate wires that are attached to the control board. One is the red wire and the other is the yellow wire. The red wire typically supplies power, while the yellow one is often used for data transfer or signaling. Make sure to gently pull each wire out of its connector to avoid damaging the board or the wires themselves. And now the hard drive cage is removed. After that, you need to take out the motherboard. To do this, carefully remove the bracket that is installed next to the drive. And very gently and carefully lift the whole entire motherboard by the cooler, using both hands in one smooth motion. It comes out easily. And now everything is in plain sight. There are also a lot of dried cockroaches here. This means that the console spent a long time in a warm place where they lived. Now, all that's left is to remove the cooler's crosspiece. To begin this process, I select a sharp screwdriver bit, making sure it fits the screws perfectly to avoid any damage. I then carefully and slowly start to remove each screw one by one, applying gentle and steady pressure to ensure that the screws come out smoothly without stripping them. As I work through each screw, I take my time to make sure I do not rush the process. Once all the screws are loosened, I gently pry up the component, being cautious not to force anything, and then lift it slightly to avoid causing any unnecessary damage. Here it is removed, and this is exactly what it looks like now. And after that, you can remove the cooling radiator. And here it's important not to damage this ribbon cable that goes to it. That's why, using a small screwdriver, we carefully unscrew the touch panel itself, and you can remove the whole assembly. Using a T8 bit, we unscrew 2 bolts diagonally. And carefully remove the touch panel together with the front panel. Just like this. And after that, you need to remove the drive itself. Lift it up and disconnect the 2 wires that are connected to it from the back. Here is the drive. It's a Phillips little on. After that, you need to remove the fan drive cage. To do this, unscrew 1 bolt at the back. It's not long and is the same as the others that are screwed in from the bottom. Remove the fan guide. It's also dirty and dusty here, so it will need to be cleaned. And now, carefully disconnect the entire cage from the rest of the device. This metal cage is designed to securely hold the hard drive in place and protect it from damage. At this stage, you need to disconnect two separate wires that are attached to the control board. One is the red wire and the other is the yellow wire. The red wire typically supplies power, while the yellow one is often used for data transfer or signaling. Make sure to gently pull each wire out of its connector to avoid damaging the board or the wires themselves. And now the hard drive cage is removed. After that, you need to take out the motherboard. To do this, carefully remove the bracket that is installed next to the drive. And very gently and carefully lift the whole entire motherboard by the cooler, using both hands in one smooth motion. It comes out easily. And now everything is in plain sight. There are also a lot of dried cockroaches here. This means that the console spent a long time in a warm place where they lived. Now, all that's left is to remove the cooler's crosspiece. To begin this process, I select a sharp screwdriver bit, making sure it fits the screws perfectly to avoid any damage. I then carefully and slowly start to remove each screw one by one, applying gentle and steady pressure to ensure that the screws come out smoothly without stripping them. As I work through each screw, I take my time to make sure I do not rush the process. Once all the screws are loosened, I gently pry up the component, being cautious not to force anything, and then lift it slightly to avoid causing any unnecessary damage. Here it is removed, and this is exactly what it looks like now. And after that, you can remove the cooling radiator so that it is securely fastened. And the radiator stays in its place. Now we reconnect the cooler cable to its place. Until it clicks into place. And we begin reassembling the console in reverse order. We install the control board back in place so that it fits into all its connectors. We install the drive's locking plate back in place and secure the hard drive mounting box in place. Reconnect all the connectors back in place. Make sure these wires are not pinched and remain free for connecting the drive, as pinched wires can cause issues later. Ensure the wires are easily accessible for the next step. Once you have checked this, secure this box firmly with a screw, making sure it is tight. Install the air duct frame back in place. It is important to carefully make sure that the foam is absolutely not at all misaligned. Now connect the console's drive. Place the drive back in its position. And screw the touchboard back in place. Install the front panel back in place, being careful not to pinch the ribbon cable. And put the top cover back on. Flip it over to the other side and screw in all the bolts around the perimeter. Start with the center one. This one is relatively long and is actually situated just underneath the Xbox sticker, which you can clearly see. Screw in the 4 bolts that secure the cooling radiator. These ones are small. And continue screwing in the rest. It's important not to mix up where the short and long screws actually go. We install the Wi-Fi module in place. Snap the bottom cover into place. Now carefully snap the side panels gently and securely into place, making sure each panel fits snugly and properly. And on the other side of the situation. And secure the protective grills. Carefully insert the hard drive until it clicks securely into place, and then gently place the protective grill over it. Finally, the console is assembled and we can proceed to test it. Thus, replacing the thermal paste on the Xbox Slim console produced a good result, and now it no longer shuts down.